Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today I propose we talk about some summer projects, what I'm working on, and some failed designs. I hope you guys have been doing well and that you've had a crafty couple of weeks. For my part, my parents are here visiting us, so we've just been having some quiet days in and some very hot days out. Dracula summer is officially here. The UV index has been particularly high and, you know, we brave the outsides, but we're kind of sticking more to inside the house. But it does mean that I have some summer projects to talk to you guys about. But before we begin with today's proposed topic, I do want to remind you that anything I talk about, you will find the links in the description box below, and as well as a cal that's been going on. So the Summer Romance cal officially started on the 5th of June and it's running until August. The Ravelry thread is live, the Instagram hashtag is particularly saucy, and yeah, I'm proposing we do a live check-in in a couple of weeks, so do let me know if that is something that you'd be interested in participating in. I have to run the idea by Claudia, of course, who is my partner in crime for the Summer Romance cal. If you are new here and have no idea what the Summer Romance cal is, then I will link the page to the cal down below so that you can read all about it, and from there you can of course access the Ravelry thread if you do participate in Ravelry. So that is that. Anything else that's been going on? Well, you know, worldwide, it's let's not talk about that. So we'll talk about summer projects, as I said, some projects I'm working on and some failed ideas. But before we get into that, let's talk about something that didn't fail, and it was last week's video, or actually the video that was 2 weeks ago, I think, which was about hacking some sleeves. So crochet hacking some sleeves specifically. You guys had voted that you'd like to see some more videos of me doing crochet thrift flips, and I did another one. I will link it down below or up here wherever links appear in case you missed it, but I'm gonna share it with you here. So this are the lovely crochet sleeves. I call them crochet terrarium sleeves, completely 100% inspired by Rachel Maxey's own terrarium sleeves. But this was my take on it. So I took a top that I previously owned, but I didn't care for the sleeves, and I cut the sleeves off and crocheted some sleeves separately, and I set them into the sleeve opening. And on top of that, I decided to sew some organza so they would be actual terrarium sleeves, and we also have some embroidery going on, just, you know, to keep in that crochet terrarium sleeve theme. So if you are interested in looking at this in detail, or, you know, learning more about the process that I employed to crochet this piece, then as I said, the link will appear somewhere wherever links appear on the screen, as well as the description box below. I had a lot of fun filming this as well as crocheting it. I know that these types of videos can be hit or miss with you guys because, you know, we're not all interested in the same things, but I like to think that I made it as entertaining as possible for you guys, and I definitely loved hearing your thoughts about how you would crochet hack a sleeve, or, you know, just, I like knowing that I've inspired you guys to just go forth and multiply the crochet projects you probably already have. So that is another little tidbit that I wanted to share with you. I did come out in a live with We Crochet a couple of weeks back. Unfortunately, Claudia couldn't make it because it was 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I think it's about 8, 9 a.m. California time. Correct me if I'm wrong, any of you. Is that Pacific time? Yeah, it should be Pacific time. Right, so the video before this crochet terrarium sleeve video, we talked about summer friendly yarns, and you guys let me know that you like crocheting in cotton. Some of you guys even work on blankets during the summer, which I think is very enterprising of you. I cannot bring myself to do it. We mostly agreed that Cotton was a lovely fiber to work with during the summer months, and I just thought in line of that we could talk about some summer projects that you may or may not have seen and that have been, you know, on my mind for a little while, and I kind of want to attempt to make, but who can find the time to crochet all the things? That's the sad part. I think I need to schedule my day better so that I can at least have 4 self-indulgent projects a year and have those just be for me, that I'm not designing. Anyway, I am going to be sharing pictures on the screen because, as I've said, I haven't made any of these designs. I do have the patterns, but I just haven't gotten around to crocheting them. So I'll crochet them on the screen. No, I will share on the screen the pictures for these patterns and just give you a little bit of details. So let me look at my notes so I don't forget anything I'm talking about. First up, we have 2 patterns by Sandra of Nomad Stitches. You guys are probably very familiar with Sandra. She's a very prolific garment designer, and lately she's also been getting into knitting. Well, I think she always crocheted and knit, but I used to know her more as a crochet designer, and now she's got some knit garments out there which are absolutely beautiful. But she has a lot of summer pieces as well. And I just wanted to share 2 of those with you. So we have the Polina crochet swimsuit. It is literally a swimsuit, beautiful lace details and some solid parts for the bust area so that, you know, it's PG-13, I guess we can call it that. And it is made with Alize, a very stretchy kind of elastic yarn, and a 2.5mm hook. So something to note about all these summer projects that I'm going to be talking about is that they mostly work up in the smaller hooks because you want a tighter tension to make sure that you have the smallest holes possible and aren't flashing anybody anything you don't want to flash. So she also has another Here Comes the Sun bralette, which I think looks similar to the Polina crochet swimsuit top, but they are different patterns, and she's got several crop tops that are really, really pretty as well. If you don't like full swimsuits, then the Polina crochet also comes in a bikini set, so you have the panties and then the bra as well. So that is by Sandra of Nomad Stitches. As I said, the links will be in the description box below. Another pattern that I have been considering for a while is the halter top crochet pattern by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. This is a design that drew me in because it has different stitches, as well as it's made or crocheted using fingering weight yarn. And I really wanted a project that used fingering weight yarn because I don't know if you can see, I have generous amounts, okay amounts of fingering weight yarn in my stash, and I would really like to use them for projects without having to fade them. And the halter top crochet pattern fit that because she uses, I think it's 100 grams for the first 3 sizes of the halter top. Very attractive. It also uses a 3.25mm crochet hook, and I greatly appreciate that she specifically says she uses a Furls Odyssey crochet hook because, as you guys are familiar, or maybe not, but I know I've talked about this before, you get different tensions with different hooks because you grip them differently. So in my case, I tend to have a particularly loose tension with a Furls crochet hook. So I tend to actually go down a hook size when I'm working with Furls crochet hooks, which from a 3.25 would put me in the 2.75 category if I'm using a Furls Odyssey, or probably the 3mm category if I'm just working with a tulip or clover crochet hook. So that's just some details, but like I said, I'm greatly attracted to this pattern because it uses a fingering weight yarn. And the other pattern I want to talk to you about that also uses a fingering weight yarn, but this time it is a cotton fingering weight yarn, is the Summertime Vintage Top. This is a paid for pattern on Ravelry from a Ukrainian crochet designer. It uses 100% cotton yarn with a 2.5mm hook. So again, you've got that very tight gauge. But what I really like about this design are all the details that it has. So if you just wanted a basic little tank with the buttons down the front, you could probably omit the little lacy part at the bottom of the top. Or maybe you want to make a longer lace and have it be kind of like a peplum. So I just thought it was a very nice, delicate top. And it uses fingering weight cotton, and you guys know my favorite fingering weight cotton for summer is the cotton cashmere blend that I talked about at length in the my favorite summer yarns video. And also another bralette here. We've got the Heatherette Bralette. This one is crocheted using Shine Sport and a 3.5mm hook. Now, I also talked about this yarn in the My Favorite Summer Yarns video because I have designed a top in this yarn, and we know that I do not consider this yarn to be sport weight, but it is a lovely yarn nonetheless. And the Heatherette Bralette has just some very nice lacy details that I greatly appreciate. And you know, I'm always of the mind that you can take any pattern from a designer and just modify it to fit your body shape and whatever you are comfortable with. So some of these bralettes, you could definitely just use them as you would a bra and just, you know, wear a shirt on top of it. And some of them you could rock just on their own, whatever you are comfortable with. I would like to experiment and see if you can use any of these bralettes just as swimsuits as well, because what is a swimsuit if not, or at least a bathing suit or a bikini, you know, if it's not a bra and panties. Hey, have you guys crocheted any of these patterns, or are you interested in crocheting any type of, you know, summer garments? Or are you already in that fall mentality? As a designer, I know I should be in the fall mentality, but alas, I cannot get into it. I am very much in Dracula summer mode. Yes, you guys know what I mean by that. It's just unbearably hot. And these bralette ideas just bring me up to a, I don't want to say failed design that I'm working on, but it certainly has been frogged 5 times. And I'm still not very happy with it, so I think I might just go back and tinker with it and see what I come up with, you know, in terms of the design itself. And I was attempting to design a bralette that uses fingering weight yarn, a small hook, and just about 4 inches of negative ease, just to make sure that bralette is not going anywhere. So I've got my tray of whips here. I know I've shared that with you before on Instagram. So what I got here for this bralette is this would be the front part. So as I said, it uses 3 to 4 inches of negative ease. So my underbust measurement, which is one of the most important parts of the bralette, your underbust measurement, and then of course, you know, the size of the cups that you would like. Yeah, so my underbust measurement is 28.529 inches. So if you subtract 4 inches from that, well, you know, it'll be 24.25 inches, 24, you know, that. So you kind of want to make that wide, so then the stretch of it takes you to your actual underbust measurement. That's what I mean by negative ease. It's smaller and it stretches to the size. So here I was trying to make the bralettes kind of curve into a U, but I'm not super happy with that shape. I do love the yarn I'm using. This is a Pineapple Cove yarn, so it's 75 maybe. It's a wool blend. I do not have the ball label with me, but it includes some very bright, beautiful summery colors. This was a gift from Emma of the Potter and Bloom podcast for my birthday a couple of years back, and I have been hoarding it for the perfect project. And I really thought a bralette was the perfect project because you can wear it under those really sheer 70s tops that are making a comeback, and yeah, show off that crochet. So this yarn has some teals, some bright pinks, and definitely neon greens. So I'm using a 3mm hook for this. I probably could have gone down maybe to 2.5, but I'm happy with the stretch and the fit of the 3mm hook, so that's what I was going for. I'm calling it a work in progress, definitely a design in progress, because I'm just not happy with the shape I have given it. I think I should have, or I would have been much happier with just a basic tube shape. So might throw that back again for, you know, the 6th time. But I've learned many ways in which I do not like making a bralette, so challenge accepted. Of course, half of me wants to give up and just use that Pineapple Cove yarn to crochet the halter top pattern that I shared with you guys at the beginning, because summer projects, you want something you can wear in summer but that you can also crochet during the summer, right? Because hot. And not all of us have access to central AC like I'm very lucky to have here. But anyway, talking about summer friendly things or summer projects that you can work on, you know, in summer, brings us up to another design in progress and then a completed design for the summer romance cowl. So the design in progress, I feel kind of bad sharing this one with you because you guys won't see anything different, but this is the second version of the summer fan top, whose name I will be changing. Ooh, butterfly. Oh, anyway, yeah. This is the back panel. Just currently trying to get it up to the part where I use a different stitch so that I can film a little tutorial for that and include that with the paid for pattern, because I don't know if you guys are aware that when I sell a crochet pattern, usually I will try to include a little video help of how I'm working up the pattern, or maybe it'll be a specific stitch, or just talk about the construction of the top, because I think these things are helpful so you guys know where I'm going with the design and you feel more confident in your own crochet. So for this summer fan top version 2-ish, I'm going to be trying something a little different, and I'm going to be breaking the videos down into smaller segments because I am going to try uploading them in Vimeo. I kind of want to move away from YouTube when it comes to posting my tutorials, just because I do post them as unlisted. I only include them with the paid for versions of the pattern. So yeah, kind of counterproductive including unlisted videos in my YouTube channel, because of course those don't get the same amount of views as my normal videos. So YouTube really counts that against me. So I'm just exploring different ideas. We'll see if it works or if it doesn't work. I know a lot of people, myself included, prefer YouTube, but yeah, things are getting spicy up in here. So we shall see what method we use of tutorial uploading going forth. Yeah, this is a design in progress. I have it written up, hoping to have it tech edited soon, so that at least by the end of July, if not, wait, I forgot what, I actually scheduled it. I need to look at my calendar, but I believe it's in the kind of end of July-ish that we are looking to release the summer fan top version 2-ish. And the other project that I am very much working on is my summer romance cowl pattern. So this is a pattern that I worked on for the IDP showcase. So that's the Independent Design Program showcase from We Crochet, and it is the Maya sock pattern. And I released that already, but this time I'm giving it, a little twist to better represent my chosen couple, which is Mr. Thornton and Margaret Hale from North and South, the BBC adaptation, which I hope is still on Netflix. So yes, I am planning on making these knee-high, as would have been worn in ye olden times. And I learned a neat trick from my mom, who also crocheted these socks, which is inserting a very thin elastic into the last round of the sock, and that will pull in your sock so that you don't have to crochet a cuff if you don't like it, which I didn't like the cuff paired with this very lazy design, but as I have just started the lace on this sock, there is not much to report on it other than you can find this design on my blog or website, and you can also look at the beautiful yarn which I have used before to crochet the Eat Cake sweater, but it's one of my favorite Hawthorn speckled colorways, and this is the Panettone colorway. As I've mentioned previously, Hawthorn fingering tends to be on the heftier side of fingering weights. It's got 357 yards per 100 grams, so a lot heftier than usual, but it still makes up a lovely, lovely sock, and I actually had to rip it back because my tension was completely off. Yeah, that was surprising. Of course, I should have tried it on before I completed before I started the lace portion, just to make sure it fits, but yeah. I'm using a 3mm crochet hook for this one as well, guys. So that is what I've mostly been working on, other than some commissions, or not working on commissions, but I am working on some designs to submit to another IDP showcase for October, and it was a little kick in my bum. But the other thing I wanted to mention to you today was, if maybe you can't crochet because it is way too hot where you are, or way too cold and you can't crochet, then I would recommend reading some books related to crochet. I recently read a very, very self-indulgent book, Hooked on You. I had access through it via my library. I did not purchase it. So yeah, I started reading that, and it's basic. The plot is this artist who's living in New York. Her grandmother breaks her leg, so while her grandmother heals, she has to move back home to help her grandmother, and her grandmother owns a yarn store, and it's basically about the struggles the store is facing because it's in a small town, but also the main character's trauma with being back in her hometown because of a very bad relationship that she had with her mother. So, you know, it's got a little bit of everything. You can read the excerpt yourself. As I said, it's just very self-indulgent. I do like to be on the lookout for books that mention knitting and crochet and read up about them. You guys know I read Sweater Quest, which is more of a actual knitting book in the sense that a real person documented their journey of knitting a sweater. I also have another one that I've read. This one's Knitting, which I'll include the link to that one as well down below, so if you guys want to read about it, because I definitely do not recall the title. I just know I have it as an ebook. So yeah, I think that is all I wanted to share with you today. I thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know what projects you are working on, and if you're participating in the Summer Romance Cowl, do not forget to use the hashtag SRCowl2022 to just look at what everyone else is doing, and also to share what you are doing. Don't forget to share your couple. Do step into the Ravelry chatter thread if you like using Ravelry. I am going to go there this week, and do let me know if you would like Claudia and I to do a live, so that we can share progress on our projects live with you. Actually, can you do a live between two people? I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. So yes, that is definitely it for me today, and I wish you all a very, very happy crafting, and just sending you all my love and happy wishes, definitely. Bye!